It is a crime that stunned a close-knit community and captured the attention of the nation. The man charged in last year's murder of 4 University of Idaho college students was arraigned yesterday. Bryan Kohberger chose to remain silent when asked for his plea in court to 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary, causing the judge to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. A trial date is set for October.
And joining us now from Moscow, Idaho, is ABC's Kayna Whitworth, who has been following this from the very beginning. Kayna, and let's jump right in because we know that some of the victims' families were actually there for the arraignment yesterday. This is obviously an emotional nightmare for them. Can you describe and set the scene for us?
I mean, Rhiannon, you're exactly right. Incredibly emotional. It was really tense in that room, as you can imagine. It was also packed in that room. The person who came in first was Maddie's mom, and this is Maddie's mom's first time coming face to face with Bryan Kohberger. She was also there with Maddie's boyfriend, Jack, and Maddie's stepfather and other members of her family. Maddie's mom was wearing pink, and when you learn about Maddie, you know that pink is her favorite color, and it's a really beautiful tribute to her. Also, the Gonzalez family showed out in force. Kaylee's father, Steve, told me they would do that. He told me prior to this arraignment that Bryan Kohberger messed with the wrong family, and they had extended family in the room as well. But the moment that everyone noticed the most was when Olivia walked in. This is Kaylee's older sister. She was wearing, on the front of her brand new baby girl, right? She's 3 months old, and they call her Maddie K. She's the girl's namesake, and she's been a pillar of strength for that family, and it never showed more than yesterday.
Oh my, Bryan Kohberger chose not to enter a plea. Was any reason given for that, and how unusual is that, Kayna?
Yeah, DeMarco, it's incredibly unusual. And so here's what we've learned. Essentially, it's an act of defiance in face of these charges. So throughout the arraignment, Bryan Kohberger spoke into the mic very clearly. He answered the judge's questions. But when he was asked to enter a plea, he remained seated. And instead, his lawyer, Ann Taylor, stood up and said, "We choose to stand silent." So at that point, the judge then entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. I'm told this is a bit of fanfare, if you will, and somewhat unique to the region in general as well.
Okay, and let's talk about where this case goes, because we know that a preliminary hearing was actually canceled after Kohberger's indictment by the grand jury. So what effect does this lack of a preliminary hearing have on this case as it moves forward?
Right, I've been talking with legal experts that see both sides of this, right? So essentially, when the prosecution decided to take this to a grand jury, it was done in secret. It was just the prosecutor, it was the jury, it was the judge, and whatever witness they brought to the stand. So that means the defense can't cross-examine any of these witnesses. So that is hard for the defense, right? But I was also told that, in a way, this perhaps could allow Bryan Kohberger a fair trial, right, or due process, because some of this stuff wouldn't be out in the public. Not everyone knows what was said by these witnesses. In fact, the prosecutors asked that these witnesses' names be sealed and remain private. So you see both sides of that. Either way, it's moving forward, and as you mentioned, DeMarco, a trial date is set for October 2nd.
All right, ABC's Kayna Whitworth, thank you a lot for being here. Now, phenomenal reporting, by the way. She's been on this story since day one.
Since day one.
Yeah.
You can check out ABC Audio's new true crime podcast about this case. It is called The King Road Killings. Listen to 2 episodes and the trailer now wherever you get your podcasts. The full series launches on June 7th.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.